Hey, Perris, go bird. Oh, wait, actually, family. Hey, family. Hey, Oberly, what's up? Thanks for joining me. Welcome. Oh, yay, we have all the family members. Hey, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm Rue. Thanks for joining me. Can I give a couple of, yeah, thanks, Paula. Jack, thanks for joining us. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about tonight. Oh, you're at a bar and you're noisy? I'm sorry. Well, you can always replay. Yeah, that's all right. Oh my gosh. Well, that's an adventure. So, can you give me I got you a thumbs up. Can you give me hearts? I'd love to get hearts. Yeah. What time is it? 9:03. All right. You know what I found out is a lot of people are coming on a little later. So, thanks. Love you all. Okay, so we had an amazing scope last night. Oh, thank you. Right on. So let me tell you about what's been going on today. Actually, the past couple of days. I don't know about you guys. I know, thanks. I don't know about you guys, but geez, the universe is just amazing. Is it Ida? Hi, welcome. And so today has been ridiculous. All the bars are noisy. Do you know D? I don't know if I know who D is. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, so things like that. Random things that happen just like that. These nuts, like, where does that come from? Anyways, so let me tell you, so what I've been getting today is, or actually yesterday was so much fun on the scope with Erin. And yesterday we were just talking about, mirrors and what we're here to do and just the way of the universe. And, today I thought I was going to talk about distractions. Well, instead of distractions, let's talk about focus. Manifesting what we want, or not even manifesting what we want, but creating our life and looking at our life as an adventure. So, I'm going to tell you, I relate really well to stories, and hopefully my story today will help you kind of with what's going on in your life. So last night, we had a couple of viewers that were really frustrated, or not really frustrated. We were talking about when you walk into a room and somebody's angry and then you're just absorbing their anger and whatnot. And somebody asked the question about, okay, well, if I'm angry, what do I do? Like, do we just walk away? Like, what are our options? Do we walk away? Do we just absorb what they have? Why do we feel cranky? Just all these questions. And so today was really interesting because I'm in a particularly interesting situation. I am a regional director for a business. I am up 30 hours straight on Red Bull and Snickers. Well, that's awesome. That's interesting. Yes, thank you. I'm not sure what this is. Somebody gave me a napkin. Okay. So here's what's happening. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So this adventure. So, hey Ernest, welcome. So let me tell you what happened today, and hopefully this will kind of address emotions and getting angry and all these things and the different sing. I may or may not sing. We'll see. See how great you guys are. So, okay, so here's what happened. I set an intention. So I surround myself with world changers, difference makers, people who are here to make a difference. And it's funny because yesterday I learned that I haven't been creating my life. I've just been living it. I have all these things that I'm working on, things that I want to do. And, just things just seem to happen to fall into place. So what happened yesterday was I received a call from this woman. Her name is Jill Lublin. She's an international speaker. She's a publicist. She's this amazing, amazing person. And she has been the publicist for some really big names in the entertainment industry, and she calls me because she's part of the network that I work with called CEO Space International, which is another amazing group of light workers who are actually here building business and making difference. So I got a call from her, and she says, Roussel, my assistant that was supposed to help me at this event canceled on me. Can you fill in? And so I said, of course. And so what happened was I go to the airport, pick her up, and arrive at the hotel room. Well, little did I know, like Pocahontas, well, thank you. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure I have that in my past life. So what happened, right? So what happened was I get up, right now, yeah. So what happened was I wake up at 5:45. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I have children too. So interesting. You guys are too much. So what happened is that she sends me a text, and she says, Roussel, can you get me these paperwork at Staples, and can you do this? And there's last minute things. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gonna pick you up first, and then we'll go to Starbucks, and then we'll drop you off, and we'll figure out the paperwork. My friend Greg was actually driving us around because I figured that the two of us would actually, my car's been impounded, and so it's still there, and so Greg's been driving me around because I've been crazy busy and I haven't taken care of it yet. And so what happened is that Greg drives us and takes care of us. I stay at the hotel, find out that Jill has to check in. I still have to check the room. I still have to check all this stuff, all this logistical stuff, the paperwork. And normally in the past, what I've done is I'd freak out. I'd be stressed out. But what I found was that Jill was the one who was stressed out. And I knew that everything was fine, but I was watching her. She was like, Roussel, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And just like all this stress that she was coming up with. In the past, I would have taken it personally. In the past, I would have taken on her stress and called it my own. I wouldn't have known what to do. And because of some of the techniques that have been given to us through Aaron, which is take a pause, just breathe, everything's fine, and just trusting the flow of the universe that everything is going to work out the way that it's meant to work out, things just flowed. And it was just interesting to see people coming in and out, and the grace and the ease that was happening. So it felt like an adventure. So what happened was, ended up going to, connecting with the catering manager and sales manager. That's exactly what Pocahontas was. Yeah, that's right. I ended up connecting with the right people, because when we have a support, when we have a team, which is what I found, when I find the key people who are in charge to be on my side, then everything else seems easier. So I figured out who was in charge. So made friends with the front desk, made friends with the hotel manager, made friends with all the staff, the engineers, all of them, just because I had no idea what was going to happen next. We had a room of 27 speakers, authors, entrepreneurs, leaders, essentially, who are extremely opinionated and have a lot going on for them. So naturally, because they're speakers and authors, they want to take over the venue. So with that, they're really strong personalities. So anyhow, these people were so high maintenance, and to just go into the room where everybody's stressed out, they're like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need this. And in the past, what would happen again is I would take it personally, I would cry, I'd feel stressed out. But what we want to talk about is breathing and how important that was. As soon as somebody came up to me with some sort of concern, something that they weren't happy about, I just, paused, took a deep breath, didn't take it personally, and looked at it from an objective standpoint. It wasn't really about a head or heart, because what we had done is, actually, maybe it is head and heart. What we had done before we even started the event was we set an intention, and the intention came in the form of prayer. And so we lit some white candles. Jill and I, who is the expert, the publicity expert, who is now my mentor, which I'm really excited about. So Jill what we did was people were coming in and out, and we made everybody going to learn how to breathe in June. Awesome. That's another story. So what we had done is we had everybody leave the room, and we lit some white candles, and we breathed, and we just blessed the entire room with positive intention. And so what we prayed and what we asked for is that everybody in the room get exactly what they came to get, that they received all of the connections, all of the revenue, that they would learn from the event, and that we would be blessed in return. And by setting that intention and sending that blessing and taking that 5 minutes before we started anything just to be grateful and just to give back to one another, it created a safe space. It created a context in which we could enjoy the rest of the day. So after we created that context and set that intention, what ended up happening next was so magical. Every single person in that room connected. Every single person in that room had some contact or some resource that they wanted to share to help each other take their business to the next level in publicity, helping with their marketing, helping with their exposure. Because the people in this room, and I'm sure the people in these, taking only 5 minutes, right? And thank you. So what ended up happening was everyone was just in that loving vibration, in that vibration of let's help one another. Let's create a community where we're going to make a difference in just, each other's lives. And just that, it was just so powerful. And then the rest of the day, there were mishaps with like lunch and, orders not being filled with at Staples, and there was so much negotiating that happened today. And the thing about it is that when we, instead of getting frustrated and getting emotional, taking it from a different standpoint and being extremely objective about it, breathing into it and saying, okay, well, this is the problem, and this is the situation. How can we remedy this? How can we work together? And so that's kind of, I'm hoping this story is helping you guys and telling the story of my day. There's a lot more to it, but, so that's why it was an adventure for me. And just, oh my gosh, it's so funny because, it's funny because a friend, I was able to invite, you're such a jerk, Ernest. Just kidding. So there were a lot of situations that could have gone each way. I could have taken things personally. I could have been emotional because, at lunch they didn't serve enough food and people were still hungry, but no one had the guts to, or no one told me until it was, until after lunch, which is interesting. And then there were people constantly coming to me with situations and issues. And, it's interesting because I believe that we're here for a purpose. We're here for a reason. And I believe that if you're on this Periscope, what do? I do a lot of things. So one, I'm a connector. I'm a master connector. So I connect people to the people and the resources they want to be connected to help them grow themselves and grow their business. And I do that. I'm the regional director for CEO Space International, which has been named the #1 business. I'm a friend too, yeah. I'm a mom, I'm a friend, I'm a business consultant, I'm a strategist, I'm the founder of Little Entrepreneurs, which is a 12-week program that teaches that at the end of the program, children ages 8 to 11 will be able to solve one world need with a product, a message, or a service that they can take to market. So I'm really passionate about leaders. I'm really passionate about business. I'm also a healer. I'm an energy healer. I just discovered that. I'm also Lakshmi and Kuan Yin and all this stuff. So I'm a lot of things, and I'm just here to help. That is a lot of things. I know. I fix cars. My friend's car broke down my friend's car broke down, and like there's a leak in the radiator at this event, and so I'm actually in the car right now with him as he's driving, because we're going to pick up another friend because we have all this stuff. So a mastermind is about to happen, and I am Asian. I'm Filipino. I do like Asian food. I'm getting through college. Perfect. College is fantastic. The best thing about college is that you have a lot of options. And the biggest thing that the biggest advice that I can give to you is to connect. Like, connect with people of like minds, people who are going in the direction that you want to go in. Find mentors. And even in your spirituality, you want to find mentors. I found my spiritual mentor because of some connections I had made. I had no idea about this whole spiritual world and what does it mean to be on this planet. And I have a degree in political science and economics. I've worked with governments. I've worked with non-governmental entities. I've worked in finance. So I've done a lot of things. I've also worked in restaurant business. I thought I was going to own restaurants at one point. Thank God I'm not, because my big dream is to bring nations together and to change, to change the world is. And so here at the family, what we're here to do is we're creating one world. We're creating one tribe. We want to bring everyone together. We want to be in a world where people connect. Are you on a road trip? You know, I actually am, because I'm in the car right now. Like I said, my friend, his radiator actually, the coolant came out. So I'm not sure if it's the radiator or if it's the water pump. And so right now we're picking it because of all the things that we've been doing. He made commitments to pick up another friend of ours at this networking event that they're at. And yes, so I am technically on a road trip right now. I'm in the car, and I promised to do the Periscope, so here we are. Hey everyone, welcome. So like I said, life is an adventure. You just kind of flow with it, go with it. Everything happens for a reason, and that reason is to serve. You're on a 3-day road trip. That's really awesome. Where are you? Tell me more about that. That's really cool. I just went on a road trip November during Thanksgiving. I traveled from San Diego to Youngstown, Ohio. Then I went to Youngstown, Ohio to Henderson, Nevada, Lake Las Vegas in Nevada. And then I went back to Ohio. Then I went to Austin and Austin, Tucson, and San Diego. The road trip, that's your life. That's right on. Yeah, I'm heading to Virginia, and cool, you like traveling. Of course, traveling's important, and Ernest can tell you how important it is. So here's what we do at the family, is that we're here to really help people feel. Which is your favorite movie? That's an interesting question. Not sure if that's relevant. Connect with me offline. Become my friend on Facebook. And you can also follow me at Roussel Platato. My Periscope is at Roussel Platato. I'm sure you can find that. But we're here to talk about the family and remembering who you are and just kind of going with the flow. And I know in the past for me, taking things personally, she likes lagos and beach. I like a lot of things. I'm kind of high maintenance. So, but that's, why not be positive? Lo siento. No. Okay. No. So, yes. Okay. So let's talk about positivity, shall we? It's a choice. I can either be positive, I can be negative, I can be indifferent. And so this is the adventure that is our life. What is your preference? What is your choice? What do you want to experience in this human experience? And for me, I want to experience heaven on earth, to be honest. And that's what I'm creating. And that's what I'm working hard for, because why not? Can't we have heaven on earth? What does that even look like? What does that look like to you? To me, heaven on earth looks like people being able to look at each other eye to eye and have a conversation. It's being able to go into any scenario, any venue, any situation, and just know that you're loved and accepted. It's a place where people can have disagreements and people can have different perspectives, and we can honor one another and acknowledge one another for our different perspectives. It's a place where we can innovate, where we can create together, where we can just basically work together and play. It's like this big playground. Like, the world is a playground. It's a game. Like, what kind of game do you want to play? It's kind of like when you were a kid and you know, we play, I don't know, what games did I play? I used to pretend like I was like a warrior princess running through the jungle, and I would climb trees, and I would be outside, and I would read books in the trees, and I'd pretend like I was in some far off land, you know, like, what kind of adventure do you want to have? Where do you want to go? And everything that I ever wanted I've been able to experience. And what I found is, have you ever had a dream of flying? I don't think I have. I know Alex has had one. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I've always been on Earth, or I've been in the water. I've had dreams of being in the water. So those are some things that I'm tapping into, like Aaron and F Serpent and Luke, I'm sure, like dragon-wise, have had dreams, and they can tell you about that. I feel like I'm still relatively new at the whole looking at spirituality and looking at our purpose. I've heard that flying is a sign of you're getting somewhere in life. Yeah. I mean, and that's really great. There's so many resources, and I'm sure that on check out family.link. We're going to be adding more and more resources to that as well. And so I definitely think that dreams is one of them, and dream interpretation and understanding the symbols, like different symbolism. So there's a lot. Oh, you guys keep getting knocked off. I hope this is helping you all. We're just really excited about everything that's coming into fruition right now, and just kind of going with the flow of the universe. Don't take things personally, because it's not about you, or maybe it is about you. Maybe when we get oh gosh, we can go. Hi from Perris. Oh, ¿cómo se va? No, I don't speak French, but I can read. I can pretend. Actually, I do pick up languages really quickly once I'm immersed in the culture. So that's another thing. So travel let's recap. Travel is important. You should be traveling. If you're here to make a difference. Oh, ¿cómo se va? How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So if you believe that you're here to change the world, make a difference, or if you are just confused and don't know why you're here or what your purpose is, or, maybe you're super confident, oh, thank you. Yeah, so if you're confused, or if you're lost, or if you're angry, or if you're feeling anything, or if you're human, you belong at the family. We want to know about what's going on with you. We want to help you and provide you with resources, because we all have a pain story. My big commitment is I'm committed to seeing 7 billion children who've been robbed of their innocence experience freedom and empowerment. I see people as children, and I feel like all of our past trauma, all of the things that we've been through, like the subject is flowing with the universe and loving the adventure that's in your life. And so that's what we're talking about, is that everything that's happened in our life, because really it's about your experience. It's about you being you. And gosh, I can go off on a tangent with that one. So, yes, it's about your human experience. And if you're passionate about helping others, the only way that you can do that is by relating to others and having compassion for what others are going through. And in order to do that, you must have compassion for yourself. At least that's what I've found. There's so many things that have happened in my life where I've been abused mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, and at a young age, where I've been where I've been taken advantage of, and where people have said that I say too much, I'm too opinionated, where I was afraid to be seen. And there was something inside of me that, since I've always known, and we always know, especially since we're as children, we're the strongest when we're the most pure, when we're the closest to our soul self. And I knew I was here to change the world. I knew that I was going to make a difference, and that I am making a difference. And just along the way with our programming, with my programming growing up, I went to Madagascar during 5 months for teaching to orphans. So it was very, yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about, is that traveling. So by unraveling my stories, by unraveling my programming through personal development, and through the connections that I've made, by finding people who are of like mind, who helped me feel like myself, who had compassion for me, helped me see me for who I am. I used to hate myself. I almost committed suicide.